Hi guys, you're welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Bola. Thank you so much for joining. I'm the host on this channel, The Immigrant Nurse. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back again. Thank you for tuning in again. I owe you guys content from the time I went to America. Since I went to America, I've not really told you guys about my discovery and the things I saw. I actually have plans to make content comparing UK with America. Although, let me put a disclaimer there, I only spent 2 weeks in America and I went to Texas and DMV. That's DC, Maryland, Virginia area. So I'm just going to be talking based on the things I saw in Texas and DMV. And this is not to generalize that everything I saw is what happens in the whole of America. There's no way I'm doing that. This is just me telling you guys that these were my discoveries. If you're comparing UK to America, these are the things I figured that makes the difference between UK and America. So let's dive right into the video without wasting too much time. To make this video very easy to follow for everyone, I'm just going to talk about it based on the different cities I went to and compare it with the UK. And I'm going to be talking about it in categories. So the first category I'm going to be talking about is houses. So America has different areas. I think there is the North America and there is the South America. The North America is the DMV area that I went to, and the South America is the Texas area that I went to. And one thing I noticed about the houses in Texas is that they have very huge, big, humongous houses. Oh my god, houses in Texas are big. They are so big. I made a video to show you guys what an unfurnished house in Texas look like. If you've not seen the video, just go a little bit on my channel and just feed yourself with the videos and just enjoy and watch those videos. And I still have videos I'm supposed to edit on a furnished house in Texas, what it looks like. I'm just going to try and work on that and upload for you guys to see. But one thing is, houses in Texas are very big. But in DMV, specifically Maryland, where I spend the most time, the houses are relatively like UK houses. They are like houses in London. I'm going to put it that way because not all UK houses have basements. While most of the houses, I did not say all, most of the houses in Maryland had basements. That is exactly what you're going to see in most of the houses in London as well. So a lot of houses in London have basements compared to what we have in other areas of the UK. So yeah, that's the difference. So if you really want to compare, I'm going to say from the little exposure I had in Maryland, it has a very similar characteristic with UK when it comes to housing. Let's move on to the cost of living. The cost of living in America is not bad when it comes to food. I did shopping. I couldn't make a video but I went shopping for groceries and some household items with our host when I was there. And you guys, things are relatively affordable. Like if you want to compare it to how much people earn in America, things are relatively affordable. They are not, ridiculous. They're not something that you cannot buy. They're not something that you cannot afford. Things are relatively affordable. And I think it's not so much difference from UK as well because things are relatively affordable here in the UK as well. So that's one similarity. Transportation. Transportation in America is rubbish. I'm sorry I had to say it this way, but the transportation in America is nightmare. Like, you cannot survive in America if you don't know how to drive or if you don't have a personal car. You cannot survive. In UK, you can still manage because we have good metro system, we have good, bus, train, and all those things. But in America, they have metro, but their metro is not the easiest one to navigate. It's not like you coming to UK, arriving in London, and you're able to find the nearest train. Like, you're able to find the next train to the nearest city. That's not what it is like in America. In fact, from the airport, you need to find someone that will pick you up because if you want to book taxis, it's expensive and there is no bus or train system that navigates airports to local environment. At least from what I could see in Texas and in Maryland, because we used both airports. The airports are not the easiest to navigate, honestly speaking. So transportation system, UK, I'm going to give them A+ for that. And America, it's not there at all. I didn't even see a bus in Texas. No, I didn't. Like a bus a bus system that is functional. No, I still saw a bus system in Maryland that was functional, where people are able to commute with buses, but even at that, it still wasn't the most convenient. So if you're visiting America, you're either going to be using a taxi or you rent a car. Because when we wanted to visit a friend of ours in Dallas while we were in Houston, we had to rent a car from Houston to Dallas to commute to see that friend of ours. So transportation system in America, and I think it's because the landmass in America is quite huge, which is going to be the next point I'm going to be talking about. The landmass in America is quite huge, where most especially in Texas now, where you may not even know your neighbor. So the distance between one part of Texas to another is nothing compared to what you're going to be experiencing if you're actually traveling interstate in the UK. So let's say that you want to go from Houston to Dallas. When we went from Houston to Dallas, it was like a 3 hour drive, a 3 hour plus drive. But when we were in DMV and we went from Maryland to the White House, it was not a long drive at all. It was less than 45 minutes drive. So if I want to compare the landmass, I'm going to say that the landmass in DMV area is actually quite similar to what we have here in the UK compared to what they have in Texas. And that is the reason why I said if you want to talk about America, you cannot just talk about America with just like a place. America is big. It has like, is it 50 states? Yeah. And you guys, you can't compare it to UK where we have just 4 major countries in one, and you get what I mean. So yes, the comparison is actually not the one that you can do, you know, state for state or area for area. It's not going to work that way. In America, your privacy is one thing you can enjoy. In UK, you can have nosy neighbors. Your neighbors can know what is going on in your backyard. But in America, no. People are minding their business. People don't care about what is going on in your backyard or not. There's no nosy neighbors. There's nobody that is, peeping into your house and looking for what is not lost. Everybody is about their business. America is a fast-paced country where everybody is about their business, trying to, get like a substantial source of livelihood for themselves. In America, once you get there, you get that vibe of this is where you come to work hard and hustle. It's not slow paced. UK is still slow paced to some points, but America is not slow paced. People don't even have time to host. Like, for our friends that were able to host us, we had to like tell them way in advance that we were coming to US. They should be ready to have us because people are working back to back to back. There's reward for labor, and when I say there's reward for labor, I mean there's good reward for labor. So you are gingered to work. Compared to UK is slow paced. Honestly speaking, like I know what I'm saying. I don't know the best way to describe this, but UK is still slow paced compared to America, because America is that country where you have everything, and that's another difference I noticed. Honestly, when I went to America, I felt like UK was a little bit behind, in the sense that there are some things that you will find in Amazon US that you cannot find in Amazon UK. There was a particular soya spice I brought from America that I got it from Amazon US, and since I got to UK, I've not seen that I've not seen that soya spice since I got it. There's some other things that I bought in America that I actually got from Amazon US that when I got to UK, I tried to check them if I'll be able to see them on Amazon UK, and they were not there. It felt to me like the things that they bring to us in UK are just like leftovers. Honestly speaking, no offense meant, but I feel like the Americans have more access to things, to high level of technology, to good resources, to like they're the first to get almost everything compared to UK, where sometimes it feels like we are behind. It feels like we are just trying to catch up with what the Americans, have lived and have enjoyed. That was the way it felt to me, honestly. The other thing I'm going to say, which is the difference between UK and America, that I really, really find, which was like a form of culture shock to me, is that most schools in the US, they don't wear uniform. Majority of the schools, especially the schools in Texas, a lot of them don't wear uniform. They allow the students, the pupils, to wear mufti to school. That's for primary school. And in UK, of course, you wear uniforms. Pupils are allowed to wear uniform. And I was like, oh, okay. So how do you guys manage safeguarding? Because it got me really curious. And I was, oh, how do you guys manage safeguarding? And the lady I was speaking with was telling me that, that they already have a way of hiding, parents and people who will pick up the children. Because I know that in UK, safeguarding is like a very, very serious thing that the UK government takes very seriously. So I'm like, if you're not wearing uniform, at least if you're on uniform and you find yourself wandering around, or you find yourself getting lost, it's very easy to say, oh, this is the school this child attends, this is the school the child belongs to, and they're able to take the child back to school, and from there they can, locate the parents and say, oh, okay, we found your child roaming around, blah blah blah, and all of that. So if you don't have that in America, how do you manage safeguarding? That is one gray area I could not really, really, figure out and get in a lot of details on. But that is one difference. And guys, another difference I noticed is this one is the most ridiculous thing ever. Like, when we buy things in UK, the tax is already added to your final cost. Like, the final payment you're going to make already has the tax included in it. Why is it that in America you pay for the item, then you pay the tax separately? Like, kilo shame, we. What is going on? Why would anyone do that? Why do I have to pay the tax separately from the cost of the good? It didn't make any sense to me. And I think that's one thing I'm going to struggle a lot with if we relocate to America. It's going to be like a huge struggle for me. Imagine me buying a perfume worth of $79 and I have to pay an extra like $12 or $15 for the VAT. Why not just add the VAT to the cost of the goods? I think it just makes your life easy. It's just like the way I used to feel in Nigeria when you buy things from people and they want you to pay for delivery separately. I mean, just add the delivery to the goods, and that's one thing I love about Amazon delivery. The delivery cost is just you know out of the face of the customers, and most of the other merchants in UK, the delivery cost is out of the face of the customer. As long as you are doing it within a particular catchment area and you are buying up to a particular price tag, you can be entitled to free delivery. That is one luxury that America does not really offer. They don't really offer free delivery. You pay for your delivery separately. You pay for your taxes separately. That is really, really ridiculous, honestly, if you ask me. The gun laws. So apparently the gun laws differ based on the state. It differs based on the part of America you are in. So for Texas and other areas in South America, the gun laws is free gun laws. People are allowed to carry guns. They're allowed to do whatever it is they want with guns. But in Maryland, people are not allowed to, carry guns anyhow the way they want. You need a license to get a gun, and you cannot just, keep a gun in your car moving around. There's a street gun law for areas like that. In UK, we don't even have guns. Okay, maybe there are some people who have guns, but you don't have the liberty to just, use their guns anyhow like it is in America and all that. Now, for the security system, I'm going to say that the security system in America and UK are relatively the same, from my opinion. And the reason why I say so is because nowhere is safe. If we are to face the facts, nowhere is safe. But in UK, the same way we keep having students stabbing each other, stabbing issues, people killing each other, and all of that. Young pupils, arming each other. It's the same way you find someone that is, shooting at people and all that. So, for the security system in America, just nowhere is safe. Honestly, that's the way I'm going to put it. Nowhere is safe because nobody is coming to actually steal from you explicitly, except maybe they've had information or they are aware that something is, available to be stolen. And that is why a lot of people, both in UK and in America, they fortify their homes with a very, tight security systems. And that's one of the things I noticed about the houses we were to in America, that the kind of locks they have on their door is not the kind of locks we have on our door in UK. Their locks are mostly automated. They are smart locks where you need codes to actually enter it for you not to be able to break in. and most of their doors are every kind of doors that made it look like, okay, this is a fortified kind of situation where they're trying to protect themselves from arms. Maybe because, you know, there's all this is it burgling and all those petty thief activities and all that. But a major security system is not something that you will really experience in America. Let's talk about the police issues. So all through the time we were in America, my husband, you know, drove at some point, and we were initially scared because we felt that, oh, we are going to be harassed by the police, you know, like it's popularly being, you know, mentioned that people just get flagged by the police. But apparently what happens is, if you're not over speeding, you don't just get harassed. Because like I said earlier in this video, we only spent 2 weeks in America, so it's not enough to actually judge the difference between America and UK. We've lived in UK for 3 years now, and we only spent 2 weeks in America. But this is just based on the little things I was able to see. So if you're not doing like way beyond the speed limit, the police does not just flag you down. My son, I remember when we went to the White House, my son was, you know, saying hello, hi to the police around the White House, and they were very friendly, they were very kind, they, you know, they gave him a handshake, they smiled at him, they had conversation, he was telling them his name, they were asking about, you know, where he's from, you know, because from my son accent, everybody could tell that we were not local to America. So people were like, oh, where are you guys from? UK and all that. So it was a friendly atmosphere from our experience, and nobody was just harassing us or treating us like, you know, like the media portrays. So yeah, which is something about the UK police. We've had encounter with UK police 2 or 3 times from some safeguarding concerns, and it was not from the point of harassment, it was not from the point of somebody trying to, you know, just take advantage of us. I don't know if it's because we I don't know if it's because of the people that we actually met or the kind of police we were exposed to, but honestly speaking, it's not been a bad experience. So police in America, police in UK, they are both friendly. They are not out to harass you, they are not out to take advantage of you, from my opinion and my little experience. Another difference I noticed in US that is like a culture shock to me are the, you know, the flushing systems. Oh my god. This is very ridiculous to say, but the flushing systems in America is the funniest thing I've ever seen. You know, when you flush the toilet, and I think the first experience I had was at the airport, when we were at the airport, and you try to flush the toilet and it felt like the toilet is like the sewer or the sewage is going to explode back out, the way the water filled the toilet. You know, in UK you can flush the toilet and everything just go down. But in US, once you flush the toilet, the water still like floats up a little bit higher than it should normally look like from the previous experiences I've had. I don't know if this makes any sense saying this, but if you can just, you know, have an idea of what I'm saying, or if you've been to US and you've been to UK or even Nigeria, you can tell the difference of what I'm trying to explain. So that's one difference I noticed, that why is the flushing system like this? You know, I use this toilet at the airport and I flush and I saw that the water is almost filling to the brim, and I'm like, is something wrong? It was just a way. Did it get blocked or something? Until we got to our host house and I noticed that it was the same. Then we went to the other people's house and I noticed that it was the same. And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe this is a general thing for the whole of America where their flushing system just feels that funny. But another difference I noticed between America and UK would be with the number of hospitals. Oh my god. And this is from being a nurse perspective. The hospitals in America, oh my god, they are numerous. And it actually now makes sense to me when somebody says, I can resign from my job in 2 weeks and get another job the following week. Like, as a nurse, as a healthcare professional, you cannot be out of job in America. I'm telling you this, because you get to see hospitals almost everywhere. Like 20 minutes drive from your house, you're already at the hospital. Compared to here in UK, where all we have is NHS Trust, and is like NHS Trust and not something that is, you know, everywhere. And you know the way it works, the NHS Trust is a unified body, a unified healthcare system in the UK. But in America, healthcare system is like hospitals are everywhere. They have the private, they have the government owned, they have different types, and you're going to see the big hospitals, big buildings where they're going to, just put it up and just tell you so hospital, like you're going to see a lot of us. There was even this hospital I was seeing all over the place. I think it's something Memorial Hospital. I can't remember the name now. Like the hospital was all over Texas. It was very popular. It was a very big hospital. I'm like, oh, it would be nice to get a job here. And aside from the hospitals, you have people who have their local private owned clinics where you can, walk into and get consultation and get minor procedures done, and you pay very minor fee. You don't have to go through a lot of stress. And I'm like, very good, very good. So that's why I think a lot of job opportunities are abundant in America, and healthcare workers are able to get some, like, bad as a bad. Bad as a bad, you will get something. You cannot be out of job and be scared that you will never get a job. Even if you don't have experience, you will get, because hospitals are readily available. And because of the amount of hospitals that are available, there is high competition. So the competitive rate is quite high, which is the reason why a lot of people don't want to lose their staff to the next hospital, because you know what it means. The more you lose your staff, the more you lose your patient, because if there's nobody to look after those patients, they will stop coming to your hospitals and they will go to the next available hospitals. So the competitive rate is very high for those establishments as well. One last thing I'm going to be talking to you guys about is the tax returns in America. So in America, the taxes can be managed by a unified body, which is like the FIRS. And in UK, we have the HMRC managing the tax. However, in America, you are allowed to file for tax return at the end of the year, at the end of the tax year. And one thing I noticed from my conversation with everybody else was that there's a huge difference between the tax return in UK and the tax return in America, in the sense that the people in UK, our tax returns, honestly, is as good as rubbish. Because sometimes you even get to be told that you are owing the tax man. But in America, a lot of them were telling me that they could get tax returns as much as $20,000, $30,000, $60,000, depending on different factors and different circumstances. And I'm like, are you joking? Are you serious right now? Like, how do you get tax returns of thousands of dollars? Like, tell me, how is that even possible? That is one luxury we don't get to enjoy here in UK, which is another thing that I think makes America kind of catchy. Of course, obviously the roads in America are wider than what we have in UK. We all know that by now. Even within the street, within the neighborhood, they have dual carriageway. So that one is not up for debate. The roads in America, wide, way wider, way wider. You don't have narrow roads. You don't. Even their cars are humongous. Like my car, where we using my car? Where we using mini what? Mini Cooper? You won't see things like that in America. You see big cars, Camry, like exotic cars that they don't have problem navigating the road. Yeah. So those are the difference I noticed between America and United Kingdom that I really want to share with you guys. Some culture shocks, some differences I noticed. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoy making it. I'm trying to get my feet back into YouTube now that I'm done with my masters, and I hope to bring you guys more content. So please subscribe if you haven't. I'm going to be more interactive. It's going to be more lively. I've got a lot of things coming up that I would love to share with you guys. So please subscribe if you haven't. Like this video, share with your friends who are curious about the difference between UK and US, physical difference. I've been there, and this is the little I can tell you about it. So yeah, I'll see you in my next video, guys. Until then, stay safe and stay blessed. Bye.